Hey, what's up guys, it's Texumer talking to you here, and today I want to talk about something special because finally Apple launched the event for the Apple March 8th event. Yes, I'm so excited. We're going to get an event, guys. So next week on the Tuesday 8th of March, we're going to get Apple's March event where we are expecting tons of new products. And as you know, I did a video already talking about the March 8th event and what can we expect. But in that video, I focused more on the Mac side of things. I didn't talk about the new possibilities for the iPhone SE 5G, for the new possibilities of the iPad Air 5, and all of the new possibilities that are coming for the Mac lineup and M2 chip also. So in this video, I want to do a recap, a preview of the event 1 week before it happens. And should you get excited for it? Should you watch it? Should you skip class? Should you skip work? Just watch this event. Well, this is the perfect video for you if you want to know, because I will do a total roundup of the leaks, of the predictions, and everything I do think will be coming out in this event. So before I get started, don't forget to leave a like and to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it if you do. So no further ado, roll the intro. So as you know, the Apple March 8th event is right off the door. Apple just announced the invites, and so I'm very excited to see what happens on this event. First, there's a lot of speculation about a new iPhone, and that's true, because according to a ton of new leakers, we are going to get a new iPhone SE. Am I excited for the iPhone SE? No, I'm not excited. But one last minute leak that happened yesterday on Monday was very exciting, because a leak said that the Apple could keep the current iPhone SE at $199. That would be insane. Here again, Apple could keep an iPhone at $200. That's just crazy. If Apple keeps an iPhone at $200, that's game over for every single cheap Android, because who wants an iPhone at $200? Everyone wants an iPhone. So if it starts at $200 with the iPhone SE, oh god, that would be incredible. I advised Apple to do that a few months ago. If you go check my older videos, I did that. So now if Apple does that, god, they are watching my videos, and yes, it's a pretty good idea, because you will sell a ton of new iPhones to a ton of new customers in India, in China, and even on those developing countries like the South America market, where there's a lot of demand for iPhones, but there's not a lot of offer, because all of the iPhones there are very expensive, even more expensive than on developing countries. So I think that's very important for Apple to release a cheaper iPhone than $300 or $399, which is the current iPhone SE. If Apple drops $200 out of the price of this current SE, god, I don't care about the iPhone SE 5G that they will be releasing. I don't care about it at all. But if Apple puts the older iPhone SE at $200, for me, that's the best deal in tech right now. But that's the iPhone SE, a new A15 chip, and the iPhone SE getting 5G. So that's the new deal for the iPhone SE 5G. But I do expect they will get the same colors as the current SE. They won't change anything on the supply chain. But it will be interesting if Apple releases a new color, or even tries to make a new color for the Pro model iPhone 13s. I do expect that the iPhone 13 regular model will be getting new colors, probably a purple one, or even a spring focused or spring inspired color. But I'm not expecting the Pro models to do so, but I would like Apple to do and try to make a cool color for the iPhone 13s, like a bronze color, or even, I don't know, maybe pink. Try to make something special, red even. Try to make something special for the iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max. That would be pretty cool. Right now, I have the Samsung Galaxy Galaxy S22 Ultra. It's definitely not a Note, if you know what I mean. But the Galaxy S22 Ultra has this matte black color, and I love this color. So I would like Apple to launch this on the next iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max. But as you know, this color is very cool. Apple did have one on the iPhone 7, but it's not likely to be released on the spring event, because as you know, Apple likes to release spring event like colors and spring inspired colors on their iPhones when they do release it. With the iPhone 12, they released a very pink color, not pink, like purple. So yes, I'm expecting Apple to release another one like that for the regular model iPhone 13s. Then we could expect the iPad Air 5. The iPad Air 5 will be the lamest product of the lineup, because the iPad Air 5 will keep the same design. It will be an upgrade to the chip, getting the A15 out of the A14. It will be having a new center stage camera, like the iPad mini. In short, it will be the same iPad mini, just bigger. So the same updates that the iPad mini got, the iPad Air 5 will have, but in a bigger sized model. So in a 10.9 inch display. there won't be any other upgrades. There are a lot of talks that Apple could put 2 cameras on the iPad Air 5, making it look the same as the iPad Pro's back camera. But I don't believe it. I think Apple wants to keep the same design lineup, and then next year probably upgrade it to the 2018 design for the 11-inch instead of a 10.9-inch, and probably put a mini LED or an OLED display there. But that would be too wishful thinking. Right now, I think that the iPad Air will be upgraded just with the iPad mini treatment, and so get the same colors probably as the iPad mini or even the current iPad Air 4 colors. So if you are excited for that, don't buy the iPad Air 4, just wait for the iPad Air 5. But I don't think that's a huge upgrade, and you won't notice a lot of differences. The differences between the A14 and the A15, almost none. Maybe the A15 is a little bit faster, better GPU, more efficient, but in a day-to-day use you won't notice the difference. So I do think that the iPad Air 5, even though will be the same price as the iPad Air 4, I cannot recommend it. In my opinion, the only iPad that you can buy over $400, not counting the budget iPad or even the iPad mini, is the iPad Pro from the refurbished store. I have one, let me pick it one. It's not from the refurbished store, but it's from 2018. Is this the iPad? You can find one on the refurbished store. It's pretty cool. I love this iPad. I mean, you have the Apple Pencil, which is actually very expensive, but if you can find one used, it's pretty worth it. But the iPad Pro, this one, the 2018 model, 12.9-inch, the 11-inch even, it has 120 Hz, it has the quad speaker system, it has an amazing display. It's LCD, but it's very, very good. It has the A12X chip, which is very, very fast. This one has 4 GB of RAM, but if you buy a terabyte iPad Pro from 2018, you get 6. And you can even find the 2020 iPad Pro, which has a dual camera system and it has 6 GB of RAM if you want to on the refurbished store, and it's way, way better than just buying the iPad Air 5 for about the same price. So yeah, in my opinion, go for the iPad 2018 iPad Pro. This is the best Apple product ever made, in my opinion, because it has endured the test of time better than every other product. So in my opinion, do not buy any other iPad over $400 than this beast right here. Then we get to the Mac lineup. Yes, I do think that we will see new Mac releases this spring event. I'm expecting 3 Macs specifically. One M2 MacBook Pro 13-inch with the same design as the current M1 MacBook Pro, and of course 2 Mac Minis. I don't think Apple will release a 27-inch iMac, but I wish I'm wrong. But the 2 Mac Minis will be the M2 Mac Mini, the same chip as present on the M2 MacBook Pro. Apple will release those two because they won't be getting any new redesigns, and so Apple will just get it done over the way, and then they will release an M1 Pro and M1 Max Mac Mini. This will be a Mac Mini Pro. This Mac Mini Pro will have a ton of new features, even more I/O, and it will be probably smaller or keep the same design or even bigger design, but having a ton of new performance, much more powerful computer and much more powerful GPU power. So yes, I'm very, very excited for this M1 Pro and M1 Max Mac Mini because it could be the cheapest way for us to get the M1 Pro and M1 Max chip, which currently are one of the fastest, not the fastest chips out there in terms of power to efficiency. So yes, I'm loving my M1 Max MacBook Pro, and I cannot wait to see people buy and get the M1 Max chip on a smaller, more compact and non-portable but cheaper design. Yes, I'm very excited for this M1 Pro Mac Mini, also because it will be a redesign. According to John Prosser, it will have aluminum sides with glass or even plastic top, and of course it will be different, new I/O, could probably be a little bit thicker, we are not sure, have colors even, we are not sure either, but that would be pretty cool. And if you can get the M1 Pro and M1 Max chip for cheaper, that's always a good deal. Of course, then we have the M2 MacBook Pro and the M2 Mac Mini that I'm expecting. The M2 MacBook Pro is almost confirmed by now. DigiTimes and even Mac Rumors have confirmed the M2 MacBook Pro is coming out, and so I also expect that the M2 MacBook Pro will be having the same design as the 13-inch, nothing will change. It will keep the touch bar, the 13-inch LCD display, the P3 color gamut also, that's very good display, but it will be having the new and improved M2 chip. This chip will be improving on GPU power and it will be improving on efficiency. The gains in terms of CPU power won't be noticeable. As you know, this M2 chip will be based on the A15 cores, as the M1 was based on the A14. So the jump from the A14 to the A15 is what we can expect from the jump from the M1 to the M2 chip. So at least one more core for the GPU. I think the improvements more noticeably will be noticed on the GPU power, not the CPU. But if you can hold on to buy a computer right now, I think the M2 chip will be a very, very good buy to you. So as in my opinion, the M1 chip was the best deal in tech for a computer until March 8, which will be next week. I do think that the M2 will be the new set point starting forward. So yes, the M2 MacBook Pro will start at the same price with just a better chip. This is just a chip upgrade, nothing else. No more I/O, like it will keep the same 2 Thunderbolt ports, or maybe get 3, I'm not sure, I don't think so. And the M2 Mac Mini will be the same as the M2 MacBook Pro, the same design that the old M1 Mac Mini has, and get the M2 chip. Or Apple can get creative and give it the new design that the M1 Pro and M1 Max chips will be getting, and just put an M2 Mac Mini there and call it a little bit cheaper and say it's done today. So they will keep the M1 MacBook Air at $999 and even keep the M1 Mac Mini at $699. That would be pretty insane. But of course, the M1 MacBook Pro is going away, and of course the M1 MacBook Air is getting killed, not now, but probably at the end of the year with the M2 MacBook Air, which will be released with a new design, very thin design, and of course new colors. John Poster has reported that. I made tons and several videos about it, and you already know which design will be if you are watching this video. But if you want to summarize, it will be very thin. It will only have 2 ports for the I/O. It will feature mini LED display, and it will have probably white bezels and a notch. So let's see what happens, but I'm very excited for that computer. And also, yes, it will a little bit more expensive because of the new redesign, but Apple will keep the M1 MacBook Air for those who want a $999 MacBook Air, and then probably in 2 years they will kill the M1 MacBook Air and lower the price of the M2 MacBook Air or the new redesigned MacBook Air to the $999 price point. So that's my opinion on this computer. It will have a bigger display, or probably the same display but in a smaller footprint because the bezel will be getting thinner. So yes, I'm very excited for these M2 computers and also the rest of the event. I'm excited to see if Apple brings down the price of the iPhone SE, the current one, the 2020 model, to $199, because this would mean that the iPhone will be probably now getting even more dangerous for the Android vendors who want to compete on the slower and more cheaper markets. So if Apple can do it, they can probably dominate the phone market from now onwards. So yes, this March event is actually very interesting, although a lot of people are saying it won't be, it will be boring. I don't think so. I think it will be very interesting, and I cannot wait to see this event and to make videos for you guys about it. So if you want to keep watching my videos and you want to keep being interested and up to date with the news, don't forget to drop a like down below and to subscribe to my channel so you can watch even more of my videos. I have the unboxing for the S22 Ultra on my channel if you're going to want to check it out, and of course have a ton of new videos. You can expect comparisons between the iPhone 13 Pro Max and the new current flagship for the Android, the S22 Ultra. You can expect video, camera comparisons. You can expect a full comparison between those two. You can expect a review, a total review of the S22 Ultra, as also you can expect my full coverage of the event. And all of that will be for free if you can subscribe to my channel. So I love you guys. Thanks for all your support. This was Textman talking to you here. Bye.